passing of Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Hackman, has left a significant void in the hearts of fans and the entertainment industry. But beyond the expressions of sympathy and remembrance, there lies a much more intricate story, a family tragedy interwoven with complex legal challenges, all surrounding the massive estate they left behind. Today, we'll delve into the latest developments in this case, focusing on the details surrounding Betsy's death, the potential legal disputes, and the unanswered questions that remain. We'll attempt to peel back the layers of secrecy to gain a clearer understanding of what's happening behind the scenes. New twists, questioning the timeline of Betsy Hackman's death. Recent information suggests that the officially reported time of Betsy Hackman's death may not be entirely accurate. Investigators have discovered that she made a phone call on February 12th, a day after she was initially believed to have passed away. This call was placed to Cloudberry Health, a 24-hour healthcare service located in Santa Fe. According to a doctor at the company, Betsy Hackman called to inquire about hyperbaric oxygen therapy, mentioning that she felt congested but didn't seem seriously ill. This information has raised serious doubts and questions about whether Betsy Hackman truly died on February 12th. If she was still alive on that day, the timing of her death becomes crucial for determining the validity of the wills. The fact that Betsy Hackman missed her scheduled appointment and didn't respond to a follow-up call from Cloudberry only deepens the mystery surrounding this case. What happened to her after that phone call? Why didn't she attend the appointment? Why didn't she return the call? These questions remain unanswered, and investigators are actively working to uncover the truth. They're analyzing all the evidence, from witness statements to cell phone data, in an attempt to reconstruct the events of Betsy Hackman's final days. As we've discussed before, the exact time of Betsy Hackman's death is critical in determining the validity of the wills. According to her will, her estate would be transferred to a charitable organization if she outlived Gene Hackman by at least 90 days. If she died before Gene Hackman, her estate would go to the charitable organization according to Gene Hackman's will. Pinning down the precise time of Betsy Hackman's death will assist lawyers and the court in making the final decision regarding the distribution of the estate. The hefty estate, cash, real estate, and hidden investments. Now, let's dive into the enormous fortune that Gene Hackman and Betsy Hackman accumulated throughout their lives. It's not just a simple dollar amount, it represents a legacy of success, hard work, and astute financial decisions. Initial estate estimates, $80 million and beyond. Initial estimates place the Hackman estate at around $80 million. However, this figure could be even higher, as it doesn't include all the investments, real estate, and personal property they may have owned. Beyond cash and financial investments, their estate could include real estate. They may own a variety of properties, including homes, apartments, land, and commercial properties. The value of these properties could be significant, especially if they're located in prime locations. Copyrights and intellectual property. Gene Hackman starred in many successful films, and he may own copyrights and intellectual property related to those movies. These rights could generate substantial income for his heirs. Personal property. They may also own valuable personal property, including cars, jewelry, artwork, antiques, and collectibles. To gain a clearer picture of the Hackman estate, we need to thoroughly analyze their investments and real estate holdings. Financial investments. They may have invested in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and other financial instruments. The value of these investments can fluctuate over time, depending on market conditions. Real estate. We need to identify the location, size, and value of all the properties they owned. We also need to consider whether they had any outstanding debts related to these properties. Analyzing the investments in real estate will help us determine the true value of the estate and how it will be divided among the beneficiaries. According to the 2005 will, Gene Hackman left his entire estate to his wife, Betsy Arakawa Hackman. This decision left his 3 daughters from a previous marriage feeling hurt and excluded. Many are questioning the relationship between Hackman and his daughters. wondering if there were conflicts or disagreements that led to this decision. Another factor complicating the case is the time of Betsy Hackman's death. Initially, authorities believe she died on February 11th, but new information reveals that she made a call to Cloudberry Health on February 12th, inquiring about hyperbaric oxygen therapy. If Betsy passed away after Gene Hackman, his will could be invalidated, and the estate would be divided according to inheritance laws, giving his daughters a potential claim. Given these circumstances, a heated legal battle has erupted between the parties involved. Gene Hackman's daughters may file lawsuits to claim their inheritance rights, while the charitable organization designated in Betsy Hackman's will also fight to protect its interests. This legal battle isn't just about money and time. It can also cause deep, emotional pain for the Hackman family. The exposure of private secrets, strained relationships, and bitter disputes could tear the family apart, leaving lasting scars. In this context, the Hackman family's privacy is also at risk. The media is constantly seeking information, exploiting sensitive personal aspects, and adding pressure and pain to those who are still alive. In the midst of the legal disputes, managing the estate becomes critically important. The court may appoint a property manager to protect and maintain the estate's value during this time. The property manager is responsible for the following: protecting the estate, making sure that the assets are not damaged, lost, or used improperly; maintaining the estate, doing all necessary repairs and upkeep to protect the value of the estate; managing the estate, collecting profits from the estate, e.g., collecting rent from a rental property and paying related costs, e.g., property taxes; reporting to the court, giving the court regular reports about the state of the property. Who will inherit Gene Hackman and Betsy Hackman's huge estate? This is a question that many people are wondering, and it might lead to a fierce legal battle between those involved. As we know, Gene Hackman has 3 daughters from a previous marriage. However, he did not mention them in his will, and this has led to a lot of controversy. Are the daughters entitled to a share of the estate? According to the laws of many states, children are entitled to a share of their parents' estate, even if they are not mentioned in the will. However, proving this claim might not be easy, especially if there is evidence that Gene Hackman had good reasons for not leaving his daughters anything. According to Betsy Hackman's will, if she dies before Gene Hackman, her estate will go to a charitable organization. This charity could be a large and well-known one, or a smaller and lesser-known one. If Betsy Hackman's will is valid, this charity will receive a huge sum of money, and they could use this money to carry out their charitable activities. The legal battle over Gene Hackman and Betsy Hackman's estate could last for many years, and the final result is unpredictable. The court will have to look at all the evidence and relevant laws to make a fair and reasonable decision. During this process, the lawyers will play a key role in protecting the interests of their clients. They will gather evidence, present arguments, and argue in court to persuade the judge that their client deserves to receive some or all of the inheritance. The Gene Hackman and Betsy Hackman estate case is not just a legal issue. It is also a family tragedy and a social event that attracts a lot of attention. It can cause deep psychological impacts on those involved, and it can also affect how the public views celebrities and inheritance issues. The passing of Gene Hackman and Betsy Hackman has caused great pain and loss to their family and friends. The dispute over the inheritance could increase this suffering, and it could cause rifts in family relationships. Gene Hackman's daughters might feel hurt and disappointed that their father did not mention them in his will. They might feel that they were not loved and respected by their father. Friends of Gene Hackman and Betsy Hackman might feel sad and confused by the complex developments in the case. They might feel that they do not know who is trustworthy and who is taking advantage of the situation. The estate case could affect Gene Hackman's image in the eyes of the public. Some people might criticize him for not leaving anything to his daughters, while others might sympathize with him and argue that he had the right to decide what to do with his estate. Regardless, this case will certainly complicate Gene Hackman's image, and it might make people see him in a different way. The Gene Hackman and Betsy Hackman estate case provides us with important lessons about inheritance and privacy. It shows us that it is very important to make a clear and detailed will to ensure that our estate will be distributed according to our wishes and to avoid unnecessary legal disputes. There is a possibility that the parties involved will reach an out-of-court settlement. Gene Hackman's daughters might agree to give up their claims to the inheritance in exchange for a certain sum of money from the charitable organization. An out-of-court settlement could help avoid costly legal fees and unnecessary emotional distress. It could also help the parties involved maintain a good relationship with each other. The worst-case scenario is that the parties involved cannot reach a settlement, and the case will have to be resolved in court. A legal battle could last for many years, and it could incur very high legal fees. The legal battle could also cause deep emotional distress for the parties involved. Gene Hackman's daughters might feel that they are fighting against their father, and the charitable organization might feel that they are being deprived of money that they deserve to receive. If I could give one piece of advice to the Hackman family, I would advise them to try to reach an out-of-court settlement. This could help them avoid costly legal fees and unnecessary emotional distress. I would also advise them to respect each other's privacy and avoid publicizing personal information. This case is complicated enough already, and publicizing more personal information can only make the situation worse. The story of Gene Hackman and Betsy Hackman's estate is not over yet. We still do not know who will inherit their huge estate, and we still do not know whether the parties involved can reach a settlement. However, one thing is certain: this case will continue to attract public attention for some time to come. It is a reminder of the complexity of life and the difficulties that we might have to face even after our loved ones have passed away. What are your thoughts on Gene Hackman and Betsy Hackman's death? Leave your comments in the section below. We hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you liked it. Thank you for watching this video, and we will see you in the next videos. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.